addressing this market. I mean, we've been participating in different conferences over the last couple of years, and I actually think that what we have agreed on is that this has a new angle to both the enterprises and the mid-sized businesses and the consultancy business and the manufacturers also. So it has been a very nice mix of everybody that has an interest in that. This journey within IoT often requires more than just one partner.
And the IoT Week was just for me extremely amazing last year. But we also wanted to do a different event this year and invite all the strategic decision makers to be inspired by all the tech communities and researchers and experts to really see the potential of and the value that applied IoT can bring to their organizations. We are actually more than 50 nations represented. We were hoping for more than 1,200 participants, and we actually doubled the event from Bilbao. So more than 1,600 participants this year and more than 320 speakers.
That's a really important aspect to this evolution of IoT, AI and so forth, is the involvement of the people in the design and the adoption, who it is ultimately supposed to benefit, being the citizens and so forth. So I think that's a great evolution, so I hope to see more of that, you know, to have an event that really disperses into the city.
We're going to see IoT solutions in almost everything. It's saving resources for those who own products and saving energy, saving water, saving everything. It's really cool to track and to minimize and to be able to adjust the product in a way that is most efficient.
So Autopilot is an H2020 project funded by DG Connect of the European Commission. The goal of this project is to advance automated driving using the Internet of Things. We have 6 pilot sites in the project, 5 of them are in Europe, and we also have 1 pilot site in Korea. And the purpose is to test automated driving using IoT in real conditions in these cities.
IoT will enable us to succeed, handle these challenges, climate challenges. We're showcasing here a lot of examples of how we can help with leakages around the world, how we can help with flooding issues we see in larger cities by working together. And of course, pump matters because we have to move water around, both clean water and wastewater.
In the Activate project, we have implemented IoTs, which is a framework that enables the interoperability between different IoT platforms. So the idea is that we want to not only solve the interoperability issues and the different IoT platforms that are available, but also to be able to exchange services between the different deployment sites and expand the Activate ecosystem with new services and new IoT platforms.
This is an example of a wearable that we developed within Monica. It is for real-time monitoring of the crowd in large open cultural events like concert, festival and sports events. So using this wristband we can localize anonymously people in order to estimate the crowd and identify emerging crowd events. Then we can provide this information to the security staff such that they can handle any emerging incident.
If we just walk 2 years back, people were a little bit unsure about what it was. But now, for example, us and a lot of other people actually have IoT cases that show that the business is there, the business model is actually working, and they're also making money. For deployment, we're going to see much more. I know there's many projects, not with us, also with us, but also with other companies that are doing many interesting IoT projects. So I see from a deployment point of view, we're going to see many new ideas based on IoT.
For now, we work with the current situation, and what we can see that is that the future is bright. But we also see that it's a very big challenge for both the enterprises and especially the mid-sized company that needs to be inspired by the enterprises. But what we have succeeded very much with ourselves is small and startups, companies building new solutions that has not been around before. So looking into new areas and inspiring companies to start getting access and insights into new solutions. It's in the consumer market, it's in the enterprises, it's in the public sector, it's in the private sector. And we're privileged to work in all of those sectors, so we see it emerging in a very rapid way.
The future of regulation in Europe is the present of regulation in Europe. I mean, we are already in the future, in the sense that now it's a little bit more than 1 year after the entry into force and the full deployment of the GDPR. So we are seeing now the first results. So the next few years will be dedicated to the full enforcement of the GDPR. So the increasing role of national and European data protection authorities and the constant development of relationship between data protection authorities and the different stakeholders in the IoT and in the privacy ecosystem.
I think IoT will have a major impact in these challenges we see around the world, and also it will be an enabler how we together, putting talent on top of each other, the talent of Grundfos, manufacturer of pumps, together with Ericsson, Siemens, based from an augury, can solve some of these challenges here. And by connecting devices together, it creates a lot of opportunities which we're showcasing here today.
We need some standards we have on the radio side and the technology side, but we also need some standardization on the sensor side. As you might know, we have the standardization on, for instance, mobile telephony in GSMA and 3GPP, and of course the more standards we could agree upon in these institutions, the better.
I think the IoT Week is a cornerstone supporting the ecosystems, because basically having all the partners coming together and using this as a platform, and that is what we have been seeing these days, is the different players meeting, doing new agreements, talking, finding new common projects. And basically what makes me most happy is this is also related to the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal 17, partnerships for the goals. So seeing the classic dividences in different sectors and having both private organizations and public sector coming together to actually challenge the status quo has just been an amazing experience. So I think the IoT Week is a very important platform for all the different communities to come and meet.